DJ Knack exclusive in a never done before heart to heart chat. Get to know the person, the human, and the son behind all the name and fame. Find out why he does what he does, the struggles, the sacrifice, the passion, the drive. All of it right here at Candid with Candy. There's also an important announcement that he's made, and you don't want to miss it right here at Candid with Candy. Watch till the end. I had so much fun doing this, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed either. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm Candy, your host. Do love and share. So, who do we have? We have DJ Knack in the house. How are you?
Pum, 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 pum. I'm good, yeah. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. And before I forget,
Yeah.
DJ Knack is the person who gave me the track for my show. So the music that you hear at the back is done by the one and only DJ Knack, all the way from Shillong.
You're most welcome. Credit goes to my team as well. It's not just me, and
Right.
it's my team as well.
I feel fortunate to have you at my show because you are definitely one of the pioneers when it comes to DJing in the Northeast, and also just the love for music and hip hop. Because when you started off, there was really nothing going on. There's so much today, but you dared to dream when you didn't even know what that dream was about, or it was going to take you, right? And that is exactly what my first question is going to be. How did the concept of DJing come into your mind?
I started as a dancer at a very young age. So I was like, my mom would take me to these local competitions, no? Then that is how I start, dancing. I've been dancing ever since, yeah. Like you can say, like second standard, I think. When I won my first dancing competition. Back then, we didn't have people would just dance to one song. People would just dance to one song. That is how, from televisions, that's how we got inspired, and then that made me chop the songs of some part of the songs only and make into a one song. Other dancers would come to me, and I would fuse the song for them. So that's how DJing I got more into DJing. I used to have this software called the virtual DJ.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Back then, today there's technology is so advanced that
it was when I first started, it wasn't even virtual DJ. When it's called a MP3 cutter or something, some cutter like you get free with Windows and all that. So and then somehow did like a little research. That time it was not easy, like internet, like how you get now.
Right.
So we had to sit in cyber cafes and all that, to learn how to do it. I started getting used to this virtual DJ. I could even DJ with my leg. Yeah. There are times where, because I wanted to DJ so much, like I practice at home in my bed, and then later on I would use my leg only, it was all the shortcuts, from my laptop. Before I didn't even have a laptop, so where I carry my system, the whole CPU, desktop, everything, my keyboard, everything. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Senior DJs before me, they were there in Shillong, no doubt, but they didn't do hip hop.
The genre completely changed when you kind of hit the scene.
Yeah.
You have two other siblings, and you also have mom obviously at home. And when you started doing all of this, I'm sure there was a lot of noise.
Oh my God, you don't want to. Oh my God, there was so much. There were so many things happening at home, because I lost my dad 10th standard, and when I just when I started needing him more, it was very difficult to convince them in the beginning, because I was in school when I started doing these small gigs, and then my mom was like, "What are you doing?" Because my uncle has a studio. Nobody besides him does music in the family, and it was very difficult to say and to take this as a profession, as a as a full time, because it's at the end of the day, we're in Northeast and we're in Shillong. I mean, it's not gonna pay off,
this is not necessarily about Shillong or the Northeast, right? I think for every parent, it's also about India as a country, because
Yeah,
when we talk about something like the arts, right? Whether it's music, whether it's, dance,
yeah.
something that is not conventional, then, parents get really worried, because you're talking about putting your stability at risk. You're talking about putting, your investment at risk, because nobody
True,
knows
true,
what the
true.
return is going to be, right? So I completely
I
understand.
mean, we've been living in. I
Uh,
mean, we've been living in that comfort zone for a very long time. I mean, like us here in this country, like government job or like something very like something very stable or something
yeah,
which I don't like that.
yeah, something
Yeah,
that's so predictable.
that is happening in my family. It's been generations that has been going on like that. So I'm that only the black sheep you can say, but the only black sheep, the rebel son you can say, who
Or
went against my mom. Yeah.
you know Duncan, you have been self-taught, as you were, describing your whole journey.
Yeah.
Everybody else before you, when it comes to the DJing world, did, different kinds of music, especially, Bollywood, right? Bollywood, sorry.
Mhm.
And then you came into the scene and you kind of changed everything, when it comes to DJing. And hence, you didn't
Mhm.
necessarily have a guru, you didn't have somebody to look
Mhm.
up to or somebody to learn from. And,
Mhm.
YouTube, internet, all of that was not easily accessible then.
Mhm.
What has been the toughest period for you so far?
The toughest period was when nobody like when especially like when at home like family like not supporting you.
And when there's somebody who's not there, who believes in your goal
Mhm.
or in your vision.
Mhm.
And I think that's a period that you had to really
I've stopped exactly. I've stopped depending on that. Yeah, like I've kept that emotional side away. Of course, at one point you are also sad and depressed because you're striving this alone. You're doing this alone. Like it's you're not. No one is there. Emotionally.
we just talked about the emotional support side of it,
Mhm.
which you're saying that, you obviously at the beginning you didn't, today you do. But and what
Mhm.
was also important is, the hardware, right? Your gear.
Yeah, yeah.
And for that you need money, right?
Hmm. So how did I save up all this? Is all these small gigs, with PC. Sorry, forget laptop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how did laptop came to the scene is when my brother went to Delhi to study MBA. So he got a free laptop. That laptop I used for DJing. Yeah,
Did you have to at some point take a loan of some kind, or
I did. Before I would. So my locality has scarcity of water, right?
Mhm.
So I used to carry water, sell water basically, and that is how like you get 30 bucks for like two buckets. It didn't come easy, yeah. It didn't
Tell
come
me a
easy.
little more about this. What you're saying is, so when you say you have to carry water, you mean like physically carry it from the well to the house?
Yeah, to houses, to people's houses. I've never said this to anybody. I think this just this show.
And that's what I want to hear, right? In terms of, what
Yeah,
are
yeah.
the struggles? Because, Duncan, the reason why I want you to, mention all of this is, people see you after you're famous, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they don't know what that person has gone through to reach that.
Mhm.
And, sometimes
Mhm.
you do have to take these steps,
Excuse me.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take these steps. And I want to let everybody know that there's no shame. Like, there is no shame
Yeah,
in
yeah.
doing,
Yeah.
all kinds of work to get to your goal,
Mhm.
right?
It becomes emotional at one point. Back then, like, I was feeling shy because we didn't come from that kind of
Background.
family, right? Yeah. Back then, who people who had gears also, I would just be friends with them just to touch the gears. You have to do what you have to do. Yeah, you can't just complain about life. There was one artist yesterday who messaged me. He said the same thing, like, "How do you do these things? How do you do that?" See, I didn't. Nothing came easy to me as well. Yeah, I'm glad that you asked, but you have to find your way also. Nothing. I can't just feed you, just because I'm there to guide the scene.
you being, who you are today for the youth and for the upcoming artists, right? You're definitely their guru, and that's why, they call you up, because you're the one who's kind of
Mm.
seen life as it is, especially the hardships, right? To be where you are today. But a lot of times, um, you know, they try and take folks try and take the easy route because you're there, right? And for you as their leader to kind of like you said, right, you can only take the horse to the water, you can't drink it for him.
Yeah.
So the kind of mentality that you have to have, the kind of leadership that you have to have, the kind of skills for you to coach them in a way that they find their own way, but at the same time you're just in the sidelines, seeing if they're going to go off the edge, and you're there to kind of hold their hand, right? I think that is a very, very important role that you're playing. And this was also again a part of my questions. Why is this so important for you? I mean, it's not a necessity, you know what I'm saying? You
Of
have your
course, of course,
studio,
of course.
you're an entrepreneur, you have your thing going on. Why is it so
Yeah.
important that every time somebody who needs help gives you a call, you want to give that advice, or you want to help them out? Why?
It's for me, that comes again to the hip hop side of me, because hip hop is not just a music, not just a genre, not just hip hop. To me is a culture. It has taught me so many things. uh Hip hop is that deep. If you go that deep, if it's very vast. So what has hip hop taught me is to give back to my community, to my society, to my community. That is because, like, and also the struggles which I've been through, I make sure that they don't go that, I'm really happy to give back to the community.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. The hip hop studies is something that has been given the green signal, and universities are going to start, incorporating
Yeah.
as a subject, right? And you are one of those pioneers, at least in India, the team that kind of represents it as a study, and probably who will kind of formulate this whole syllabus, right? Can
Yeah.
you tell us something about that?
I think in Asia it's probably the first, yeah. But they have already done research and studies, like in the States, because that's how where hip hop gave birth. Like that's the New York, is where hip hop was born. So how we're pushing this in India is to educate the mass, to not just see. For some people, hip hop for them is just like what they see in TV. In the faculty team,
Mhm.
everyone there was doing hip hop before hip hop was a thing in India.
Right.
So like that, yeah. Now everybody is doing is because after Bollywood stepped in, touching the hip hop scene, it blew up. Like, it blew up. Everybody, like, everybody is just doing hip hop. We are teaching how did we fall in love with hip hop, things like that. How did hip hop get us here, and we will be teaching our art forms as well. Like, basically, like, I'll be teaching the DJing side of the course.
Mhm.
So there are different faculties who will be teaching on their own art perspective, and things like that.
Just like any subject now we have in universities, like you have the western hip hop, and then you'll have the Indian hip hop, and
The
it's
Indian hip hop, exactly,
right.
exactly.
And then you'll have the part that you mentioned, the practicals, as we used to call it, right? So like, so you're saying, DJing as one form of it, the probably graffiti as one form of it,
Yeah.
and
So
probably
the
the
four,
dance, right?
yeah, the b-boying, the
Yeah.
graffiti, the MCing, and the DJing.
How has your professional life affected your personal life with respect to time?
For me, 24 hours is not enough. I do so many things. Okay, DJing, and then I do a little management, event management. Okay, and then managing artists, and then the streetwear, this pickle thing which I do also. So this pickle thing comes from Imphal. The pickles, they come from Imphal,
Like
and I
pickles
distribute
means
in
eating
Shillong.
pickles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are you serious? So from
We'll be trying out
all
small.
the people in the entire Northeast, she had to find DJ Knack who has to distribute pickles.
Yeah. Everybody laughs about it, man. But then the moment they taste it, they keep them out shut. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's because like I do so many
So
things. Yeah,
much.
that
Yeah.
is the reason why. Like I can't handle so many things. So my team has become like bigger day by day,
Yeah.
and they are handling now. I have a website team who handles only the website and where I sell my clothes, and where you can book the studio sessions, where you can buy beats.
I'll put it in the description. Everything. Don't worry.
Yeah,
All that you're selling, including the pickles.
yeah. Pickles, I haven't added in the thing. I have a different website for that. Obviously, yeah. Otherwise, DJ Knack pickle section. What is this? Yeah, like people will be like, what the hell? Yeah, kuch bhi kar raha hai, yaar. Like everything is doing anything just because hustle in the name of hustle.
Oh my God, I had such a good laugh. Why is it so important for you to support, manage the artists from the Northeast?
Mm-hmm. So, like I told you before, it was very hard for me to be where I am today, is because I know the struggle. Number one. Number two is there's no industry here in Northeast. Because whatever we're doing here, like I'm selling it to Bombay. This music. Why am I managing artists? Is because we don't like here. We don't have the right person to a talent manager. We don't have a proper artist manager. How should they get a show? Like how do they get gigs? How do they in Northeast that has been slept for a very long time. This like talent is overflowing. You understand here, but how to push them in the right way? We're not. Nobody is seeing that. Nobody is tapping to that. 10 years ago, when I initially started, the scene was like this, and 10 years from now, also, I feel it's gonna be like this. Hence, why I'm doing this. Hence, I want to change the scene. I want to change the mindset. I want to I want to them to be more hungry, so that later on in the future it becomes an industry here. Everybody gets job and everybody is happy at the end of the day, like jobs which because now everybody is just moving out to Delhi or to so did
I think there's so many aspects. One is, just nurturing talent is one piece of it. It's also about, beginning an industry of sorts within the Northeast,
mm-hmm.
so that people don't, the brain drain is there, right? People run away
Mm-hmm.
from the Northeast because the scene is not there. So you want it to become like the hub, and also increase,
True, true.
yeah, increase employability, and
Mm-hmm.
people should see a future in their own home.
Mm-hmm. True.
Shouldn't they
That's
should go.
my point. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think you're one of very, very few people who actually think like that. Your mom and your relationship is a very sweet one, right? Just
Yeah,
hearing,
yeah.
and I know that no matter what she says, she's your mom and she's been your biggest
Mm.
support, right? So tell us a
Yeah,
little bit about your relationship with your mother.
we argue all the time. All my friends, they love her, yeah, because she's crazy that way. Yeah, she's that typical Khasi Kong, no? Like once I had this interview. Okay, so I mentioned this in some newspaper or magazine. Okay, I'm not sure. I forgot like which one. So she was reading this magazine or this newspaper. I forgot, huh? So she's like, "You mentioned my name, you idiot! Come here!" She slapped me with that thing only, with the magazine or something. And I was mentioning like how struggle, no? Like I was like, in the beginning my mom didn't support me and all that.
Okay,
And you
okay.
mentioned that, you mentioned that, you stupid boy. Pa pa pa. Sorry. You don't feel shy. You don't feel shy. You're saying that in publicly. I'm like, shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Like my mom is. I she's crazy. Yeah, she's crazy, and I love her, man.
I know she loves fishing, and one day you went to fish. Can you tell us that story, please? It's so funny.
So my mom loves to go fishing. So she's like, she calls me Bharat, huh? She's like, Bharat, I think you should go also, this time, because I don't like fishing at all. I mean, I don't like to sit there and like, I don't like to sit there.
Do
It's very
nothing.
depressing. Yeah, it's very depressing, and wait for that sponge to go down. It seems like as if like I have the time in the world or what to do all these things. Like, and then my mom, like, she took, and then she's like, you, since you're not doing anything, you try to cook or something, try to heat up the rice at least, they cook there, or maybe, like maybe they pack, because if it's closer, then they pack, and then fish, and then comes this hero out of nowhere.
Then, yeah.
full full I was excited because I thought it was fishing, like, I thought it was like a picnic. So full, I took my speakers and all, full, took out the batteries and all, full, joined them and all, full, blasted. Damn. My mom with that fishing rod, pack. She's like, hey, stupid. What? Fishes will run away. You don't do these things here, yeah? Stupid, man, pack these things. And I'm there cooking, putting my earphones. Like, to keep quiet. Now what to do here? And then after that, she's telling me, fix it, no. And this thing came off, no. And that means I don't know. I'm also YouTubing how to fix fishing rods. I'm also fully trying to fix that fishing rod because she smashed me with that fishing rod only. What to do, yeah?
Yeah. No, God bless. God bless your mom.
My mom, by the way, my mom wins. But my mom, fun fact about my mom wins Hindi week every year.
What is
so
that?
Hindi week is you stand up and recite a Hindi poem or a Hindi book or speak in Hindi, anything. Speak in Hindi for 5 minutes because we don't do that here, right? So in her office, so they try to to promote the thing, yeah, the speaking Hindi thing.
Oh my
So
God.
you should see my mom. My mom wins. It's not because why does she win? She wins because she talks push. The whole office laughs, no, and then she wins only. So she's like, yeah, I won and all.
So, Duncan, what I also heard is because your mom goes fishing every week, you have so many types of local fish in the house, and now you're fed up of eating fish. Is that true?
Yeah, man. I'm so done. The moment I open the fridge, suddenly one fish is falling out of nowhere, and I'm like, what is? I've stopped eating fish. Like, this is not my thing anymore.
The whole house
So
smells of fish.
Oh my God! Don't see it here. And this is another section of drying. It seems it's another section of drying. That also stinks. Oh my God! But then what to do? You're a tribal at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, this is awesome, man. I love this section about your mother. Rapid fire with none other than DJ Knack, all the way from Shillong, Meghalaya. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
What was the first song you saw on MTV?
Yeah. Backstreet Boys. Yeah, my first music video. Which I saw. Everybody by Backstreet Boys.
Tough question, but let's see. Who are your top 3 hip hop artists?
Oh man, let's not get there, man. It's top 3. How can? It's not. How to say? Oh my God. Okay, number one would be 50 Cent. I would say DJ Kool Herc because he's the father of hip hop. He's like the founder of hip hop.
That's okay. The third is everybody else. I'll take that from you.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay. My recording studio is
Dope.
my mother is
Rocking.
music is
Life, yeah.
what's your favorite Khasi food?
Oh man. Why are you asking this? I'd say Turumbai.
Delhi or Shillong?
Oh man. I would say Shillong, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. DJing or dancing?
DJing.
Are you single and ready to mingle?
Of course, yeah. No doubt. single and ready to, and always available. How about that?
You just said 24 hours is not enough, so that was a lie. DJ Knack, it was a pleasure to have you at my show.
Same here, yeah. And probably this is my last interview I'll be doing. I'll not be doing any interview anymore. I'm telling this publicly. Make sure you mention this, okay? Like this is my last interview, like probably my last virtual writing or any interview. Yeah, like I'm pretty, yeah.
So Candid with Candy may have just made a mark in history for DJ Knack, because at least for now, until DJ Knack changes his mind, this is going to be his last interview that he's going to give. But we never know what the future holds, right? As his decision stands, that makes it even more special, because obviously seeing somebody that we adore and love, and especially for your fans and your followers, it's a big deal. So we thank you for making time for this chat, and I really had a good time. I had a good
Same
laugh.
here, same here. Same here. I like, I wanted to do something like an interview, something where I'm close to also, like, like I feel close to, I feel like a family, or maybe like that. Like I don't want to go state this like uh just like in some radio show or something, like, but I make sure I say it here, so that even your show goes viral.
But it was so special to have you, and I'm so honored.
Same here.
Thank you
Yeah, I'm
so
so
much,
happy.
Janak.
Thank you so much.
For more super chats, check out the rest of my videos. Till then, take care, God bless, and see you next week.